All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. MLE Sports playoff week number 1 is here. I couldn't be more excited. My name is Hunted. With me, Gigabyte, to bring you the first series of the season. How excited are you for this one, sir?
Oh, this is going to be a great matchup. This is between the Knights and the Spectre. The Knights came in third, I believe. Their division was Amber division, right? And Spectre were second in Topaz division. So we have two very evenly matched teams going up against each other here. Spectre, in the regular season, they had a record of 23-12. The Knights a 20-15 record. So very evenly matched. This is going to be a great series.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Should be a fun one. This is Academy League. We're starting it off with an Academy League match. The rest of the matches for the evening will be in the Champion League. We're going to see some teams from that league battling it out later on this evening. But this matchup, a pretty close one. You said that it's the second in the Topaz, third in the Amber division. Both of these teams coming into this one ended the season pretty well on pretty high notes, if I remember correctly. But really,
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to the Faker and Cax kind of duo that they have on the Spectre. Apparently, those players have played together for quite a while. And for Galaxy and Schultz, I think they've just been teammates for this season. But obviously, they've put in quite a performance throughout the year.
Yeah, Faker and Cax, like you said, they're quite the duo. I've played against them firsthand this season. They are definitely destructive to go up against. And Galaxy and Schultz, I don't have much knowledge on their exact duo. Like you said, I think they've only been teammates for the season, but I've never seen them play together. So we'll have to see if they can match up to this very towering structure that is Faker and Cax that they are presented with.
Well, it should be a fun matchup, but ladies and gentlemen, before we get into that, I do just want to make sure that we give our sponsors a little bit of love here before we start the series. Today's stream is sponsored by Power A, creators of innovative gaming accessory products that enhance the world's best video game and mobile technology experiences. Visit mlesports.gg/recommends/Power A to look at all their controllers, headsets, and more. And of course, Balls Guarana, our replay sponsor for the evening, and the best place for you to get your ultra caffeinated soda. Each Balls drink is crisp and infused with natural energizing guarana berry. Balls is the fuel for fun. mlesports.gg/recommends/balls is where to go to find out more information, or just visit our website, mlesports.gg/sponsors, to see all of our sponsors that we have here over at the MLE. But guys, we do have series number 1. It is just about to get underway. Let's take a quick look at the map we're going to be playing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game number 1 of this best of 5 between the Knights and the Spectre of the Academy League. This should be a good one. Cax and Schultz will take the first kickoff, and we are underway here with this first series.
Knights are going to start off with the offensive possession, although Faker, just takes it away. He always changes his name. His first little his first couple syllables of his name are always different. But here it is. Schultz puts one down off the passing from Cax, and Faker going to try and get it away, but Galaxy able to control it.
I like to think that Faker likes to give the casters a little bit of challenge each week.
He likes to fake us out.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's where he gets his name from, but he's going to make a pass out in front for Cax to try to play that one. Can't quite get the touch on it he was looking for. Now it's Schultz in transition. He's got a one-on-one here with Cax, but Faker's going to get back just in time, and this could spell trouble for Galaxy. But he will clear it away. So early opportunities on both ends.
Yeah, early opportunities indeed, and so far it's honestly seemed like the Knights have been a little bit more on the offensive possession here, a little bit more comfortable on offense as well, despite the Spectre really managing to get some nice clears out of their own half. But as we are seeing here, the Knights have the offensive again. Galaxy's going to pass it in, but there's the quick pass out from Cax into the, right in front of net. That's dangerous, and there it is. Cax is going to take it.
The first goal of the playoffs. Cax will find it. He gets his own pass out of the corner. Schultz can't quite control it. That's going to put the Spectre up a goal, 1:10 into game number 1. So here we go, 3 minutes 50 seconds to go, and a great start for the Spectre in this best of 5.
Indeed. Galaxy's going to try and send this one away. Going to look for his teammate Schultz, but he's not there. Cax is going to pass this one in. Faker's set up for it. He's going to shoot it in, and there it is. Another one goes in for Spectre.
Quick start for the Spectre. Cax again setting up his teammate, well, setting up the play. This time it's his teammate who puts it home. And yeah, it just looks like the Knights a little bit slow in their defensive rotation. Can't quite find the touch, but we'll see if they can fix that up. We've got 3:35 to go. It's going to be Schultz and Galaxy to try to play this into the Spectre corner. Faker going to challenge that one, and here comes Galaxy to try to put it on net. Cax, however, will get a bit of a clearance. Schultz, not a lot of boost. Has to rotate back. That one's going to go way over his head. He's got to be careful here. They almost double commit there, and it's still live in this zone, but it will eventually be cleared away.
You know, the Knights did seem to have the early advantage in the first part, about minute of this game, but the Spectre have really come back well as they've managed to put in, well, you can see the scoreboard 2 up already, and they are continuing to press that advantage that they have, making the Knights respond to it, but the Spectre doing an excellent job, as they are here, of keeping it away from the Knights and setting it up for each other. Faker's going to try and send one in, but it's slow, and Schultz is able to get there.
Good play from Schultz. He gets demoed in the process, however. But Galaxy, he's got 12 boost. Can he get this past the defender? I don't think he realizes how little boost he had, but does get taken care of. And now we're approaching the halfway point as Faker's going to put that towards the red net. Nothing doing for him, however, and it's going to come all the way back down to Cax to try to play. This one's going to come right on in front. Schultz has an opportunity. Faker gets there first. And crisis averted there for the Spectre.
But crisis on for the Knights now as Cax is going to set this one right in front. Faker can't get there, though, as Schultz going to go for that and miss, unfortunately. But Faker's going to fake it right over both of them. And there it is. Third one up for the Spectre.
Another beautiful play. This time, Faker, the solo play. Schultz just couldn't get the touch on the ball. Galaxy a little late to the challenge. A little indecision from him, and that's going to put the Spectre up by 3 with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Let's see if they can hang on to this lead. The Knights, they haven't quite been able to find the offense so far in game 1.
Faker puts this one on, and it's on the top shelf. Galaxy doesn't have time.
Another setup play. They're passing it to themselves now. And again, it's just a slow rotation from the Knights. We've talked about it briefly here in game 1. Just looks like the Knights haven't solidified their defensive rotation, and the Spectre are punishing them for it.
Yeah, the Spectre really showing a strong suit on 2 fronts. One, they're passing a lot better, and they're finding each other all the time. And 2, they're just getting to the ball a lot faster than the Knights have been. See here, Schultz, if he would have gotten to that just a little bit faster, that would have been a goal, and Faker wouldn't have had the opportunity to save it. But instead, he gets to it just a little bit slow, and the Spectre have the opportunity to get the save. So the Knights really kind of have to step up the pace of play a little bit, because the Spectre are just basically outclassing them on that front.
Certainly, and you wonder how much of that. Oh no, that one's going to go into the net, and that has got to kill any amount of confidence they had after those first 4 goals.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Galaxy is trying to get across field to make some kind of block on that, but unfortunately a bad touch, and that's going to roll right into his own net. So an own goal for the Knights.
Just going to say, before that happened, it seemed like the Knights, they're just not playing. I'm not going to say they're not playing with confidence. It looks like they're just a bit nervous. As you said, they're not quite getting to the ball before the Spectre can, and that can oftentimes be because of some nerves, maybe stream nerves, maybe playoff nerves, maybe a little bit of both. But we'll see if they can shake them, kind of get past this first game as we approach game 2 in the series.
In fact, and the Spectre are going to do everything they can to keep this on the Knights' side like we've been doing so far. Cax finds Faker. Faker finds Cax again. Faker's going to try and make a play on this, but he's not going to get there in time. So the passing again for the Spectre. Excellent.
So here we are into the final 50 seconds. Galaxy's got a touch on this one. Will that go in? It will. And they're not going to get shut out in game number 1. That's a quality goal there from the Knights. They needed that one, even though not the greatest of goals. It's still 1 on the board.
Yeah, Cax had a bad touch, but that is more than anything for the Knights a confidence goal, really. Now you know that you can score on these guys. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. and you can come back. Maybe not in this game, it's going to be awfully hard to do that, but in game number 2, you can definitely be competitive.
Trying to put another one on the board are the Knights. Faker's going to turn that one aside, and now it's going to be Galaxy out of his own end. So yeah, 30 seconds to go. This one just about wrapped up for boys in purple of the Spectre. They will take a 1-game lead in this best of 5. For the Knights, I think we haven't quite seen them at their full force yet, Gigabyte, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in the next game or the third one.
Yeah, no, the Knights, I'd expect them to come back strong in fighting in game number 2. Game number 1, you know, you're always a little bit nervous. Both these teams are nervous, obviously. Faker and Cax missed some opportunities as well, so both these teams were a little bit nervous, but for game number 1 is who can overcome the nerves better. And the Knights, I'm sure they're going to be able to overcome them a little bit better in game number 2 and be a bit more competitive.
Well, that is the first one in the books now for the Spectre, and quite a good start for them. I mean, they looked solid at the very beginning, and they never really waned. They gave up that 1 goal towards the end, but really it was just kind of an unfortunate touch off the wall, off the back wall, right? And it just seemed like they were in control from the beginning.
Yeah, they really were. Maybe the Knights had a little bit of an advantage in the first 30 to 45 seconds because they were definitely putting pressure on the Spectre, but eventually the Spectre just managed to get a couple quick clears on the transitions, and that's what really gave them the confidence and the fighting force to keep moving forward. And look what happened. They put up 5 on the Knights. So the Knights, if they can recover and get a bit more confidence underneath them, they'll be able to compete in game number 2.
Well, we're going to have to see the shots. Not a whole lot of difference. The Spectre, only 1 extra shot. They had 5 goals on 5 shots. I just realized that now.
Oh, nice.
That is the kind of shooting percentage you want in the playoffs. 100% shooting percentage. We'll see if they can keep that up. I have a strong feeling that we won't quite see that through the entire best of 5, but you never know. They've looked good so far as we get into game number 2.
In fact, and here we go. Game number 2 has started. Cax and Schultz take the kickoff. Cax wins it, but no one's there to recover it, so the Knights are going to take control as Galaxy is going to send this into the Spectre third.
Oh, now, is your director cam having issues? Because mine, there we go, finally.
Mine did briefly, but it didn't last that long.
It lasted for about 15 seconds for me. Either way, we are underway, game number 2, and it looks like Schultz going to have an early opportunity here in the purple end. But Cax able to get there just in time, and no harm done yet, but the Knights are looking to press the advantage.
I don't know, maybe Psyonix needs to hire a new cameraman. But anyway, here we go. Knights are trying to put advantage down. They're definitely looking a lot better this game already. But then again, we said the same thing about them in the very beginning of game number 1, too. At about this time frame is when they started to lose it. So if they can avoid that, they'll have a much better opportunity. But Cax is going to go for this air dribble, and he's in beautiful position for it. There it is!
Wow, a beautiful, beautiful dribble from Cax. Goes all the way down the pitch and puts that first one in for the Spectre. Already off to a hot start for the Spectre here in game number 2.
That is a beautiful carry for Cax, and that's a hashtag POTW nominee right there. But here we go, kickoff number 2. Schultz going to try and put this in quick, but not going to happen.
Here we go, Galaxy trying to play it towards the net now. Baker going to keep it in the corner. Galaxy is there. Can he put this one home? No. Cax able to clear it away. That was a bit of a missed opportunity there for the Knights.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because they really need to get more of those opportunities. And here we see the Spectre. They get a demo, so they have even more pressure on offense right now. But now Schultz has an opportunity, and he's not going to be able to get to that ball. And now the Spectre are going to return this in a 2v1, but no bumps coming out from Schultz.
That's going to be a good play towards the net. Faker's going to secure the goal. It was going in either way, but it's a 2-0 lead now, and the Spectre just keep on humming.
And it happened again this game. The Knights, they started off extremely strong, but now the Spectre, with a couple quick transition goals, are going to have the opportunity to take it away from them again.
Here we go. We are over the 1-minute 30 mark. Faker and company really trying to put the pressure on here in this first series of the playoffs. However, Schultz and Galaxy looking to respond. They've got it in. Galaxy's there, but Faker with a great defensive play keeps it away. We are approaching the 3-minute mark, and that's a bit of a whiff. Schultz is there. Can he put this towards the net? He's got Faker to beat. Good flick. Faker's going to play that one up. It's coming back down. Galaxy can't put it in, and the Knights' scoring woes are still continuing.
Faker all over the court right now as he's playing both offense and defense for his team. Passes this one over to Cax, gets a nice pass, but Cax unfortunately not far enough up to connect with it. Faker going to try and finish it off, but that's going to fall off to the side, so Schultz can take this back. But yeah, Faker with an absolutely incredible defensive stand there. Now Schultz going to have the opportunity.
Galaxy pressing forward just a bit as he will have to chase this one back. Faker going to try to keep it in mid. That's towards the net, but a bit off. Yeah, past the halfway mark, Galaxy has to play it away from the goal, and the Knights are still down 2. They do have plenty of time as Schultz will try to keep this one away from Faker. Now Galaxy trying to pressure Cax. He's going to play it off the wall. He's only got Cax to beat. Faker bumps it from behind, and that'll give Cax all the time he needs. Can he go back down? Galaxy gets there in time, and 2 close calls yet again, 1 on either side.
Just barely, and the rotations are getting very unstable right now. As you can see, the defense starting to break down for the Knights off of that double commit, but Schultz was able to get there in time, so that's not going to happen completely. But they were just playing ping pong back and forth between each other's walls for most of that. Schultz gets a nice demo onto Faker, but Cax is going to battle this away to give Faker some time to respawn.
Galaxy looking for Schultz in mid, pops it a little too high. That's going to give Faker a chance. He's going to put it down in the corner. But Galaxy there again, able to play it off his own back wall. Gets it past one. It's going to be kept in. Schultz has to be careful that he doesn't hit his teammate. And Faker will continue to keep the pressure on this red zone. Now Cax towards the net, and that's a third for the Spectre. They're up 3-0.
Unfortunate position for Galaxy here is he really didn't have any boost, I don't think, to go after this ball. So he did the best that he could with what little he had, but Cax was there and read it perfectly. So that's going to go 3 up for the Spectre, and they're already running away with game number 2.
They are certainly rolling here. And the Knights looking at their final life. Faker's going to put yet a 4th goal on the board. This looks eerily similar to game 1. This is a best of 5 Gigabyte, and they're running out of opportunities to solve this team, are the Knights.
Yeah, so those of you familiar with MLE, the playoffs are not the typical playoff 5. It is the best of 5 someone has to win. And the Knights, they're going to have to respond quickly here as the Spectre are just drilling them into the ground. Faker going to put one up. Galaxy's not in time to get to that one. Faker sending it to 5-0 again.
Yeah, but just an unfortunate miss there from Galaxy. He had a decent position. Of course, he was backwards. This can be tough to play, but he does unfortunately miss that one. And yes, it is now 5-0 again in favor of the Spectre. And for the Knights, if they want their playoff hopes to stay alive, they have to make a big change going into game number 3. And a goal would be a perfect way to start. There's the first one yet again in the final minute from the Knights.
Yeah, this looks very similar to what we saw last game. The Knights, right around this time, I think it was about 10 seconds later last game, but right around this time, they start coming back a little bit. But just, I think it's going to be too little too late. 4 goals in 54 seconds is practically unheard of, especially in MLE. But they're going to get another one.
Hold on, it's cut down to 3 now, 5-2. A quick kickoff goal from Schultz. And yeah, it's still a long way. I still think we need to see another 2 goals in quick order here for me to get my hopes up, but let's see.
I think if I see one more kickoff goal, I'll believe.
Oh, they have an opportunity. Are you joking?
Oh, wow. What are we seeing here?
Well, you know what? There's 47 seconds left. Only 2 needed for the Knights.
I believe they can do it.
All right, we're gonna have to see. Let's see what happens here. Kickoff number 3 in these past 10 seconds. Galaxy and Faker opting to let Galaxy play that one through. Probably a smart play as they were getting all the best touches.
Oh.
And Cax with a double touch off the back wall's gonna make it 3 yet again.
See, the thing about getting that long comeback in the short time is you can't give any up. But Cax is gonna ruin that idea for the Knights.
Can they do it? They need to do 3 more. 3 more of those kickoff goals will send us into overtime. Doesn't quite look like it's going to happen. Cax can't quite get the double touch. Schultz going to challenge Faker there and might have an opportunity, but Cax will play it into his own corner. Smart play from him as we wind down into the final 30 seconds.
The Spectre just need to kind of dribble it around here. They have this win if they can just keep it away from the Knights, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Is Faker's not going to push this too hard. He's just going to pass it over to Cax, or at least attempt to, but Schultz breaks it up. And with 10 seconds left, I don't think they're going to get it. So the Spectre are going to take game number 2 as well and put up a match point over the Knights.
7th goal on the board here for the Spectre. And yeah, the Knights. Yeah, they can't be relying on kickoff goals, I think, for all of their offensive production. I mean, if we don't include the kickoff goals, then they've only scored 2 goals, and both of the goals that they've scored were in the final seconds after they were already down 4 or 5.
Exactly, and there it is. Spectre are going to take game number 2. Before we go to wrap up the game number 2 here, big shout out to Ray IRL, who just subbed for his 23rd month, so thank you very much. But as we were saying, yeah, the Spectre just absolutely dominating. Couple missed kickoff opportunities there, but just basically dominating the Knights throughout that whole game.
Yeah, they were playing very, very well yet again. And it's crazy to me. We look at the shots, and the Knights were out shooting the Spectre. But again, the defense, the goaltending from the Spectre, kind of the story for them in that game. They had 5 total saves off of the 11 shots from the Knights, and it didn't feel like the Knights had 11 shots now that I'm talking about it, but you know, a couple of those weren't really on goal or weren't really testing the goaltenders.
They were kind of on the sides, but they had offensive chances. They just didn't make anything of them. So if the Knights can turn those shots into a few more goals, we'll be able to see them come out really well. But the Spectre, so far, they're the ones entirely in control of this match.
All right, well, we're moving into game number 3. This could be the game that send the Spectre into the semifinals. We'll have to see as we get underway here. The Knights, backs against the wall, down by 2. Can they come back? 5 minutes on the board to find out. Galaxy has to hustle to get back to that one. No early goal for the Spectre quite yet.
Faker wanted to start running away with it early, but as we've seen with the first 2 games were competitive, at least for the first minute, but then the Spectre started getting out to a lead, and well, Cax has other ideas.
Another first goal on the board from the Spectre. Cax getting the pass from Faker off the back while Galaxy just couldn't get up in time. That is going to give them the 1-goal lead. So 15 seconds in, it's 1-0 in favor of the Spectre. 2-0 in the series for them. And for the Knights, it is do or die time. 3 games they have to win in a row. Can they do it against the Spectre team?
The reverse sweep, it's not something we see very often, but they can do it. I don't doubt that they can. They just have to execute it. Cax going to receive this one at the midfield. Spectre doing an excellent job of making sure they hold the offensive stand very well. Galaxy going to go up for the block, but instead going to basically just stuff Faker. And now Knights have the opportunity to pass it upfield. Galaxy, is he going to look for Schultz? No, it's going to be sent away by Cax.
It looked like Schultz was looking for the demo, couldn't quite find Cax, and now the ball in transition into the red half. Right out in front, Cax can't get a bumper on it, and we stay a 1-goal game, although he tried the ceiling play, couldn't quite find it. He had an opportunity, he had the angle, I think, if he could have gotten a wheel on it, but just couldn't make it work. So we, again, remain a 1-goal game.
Faker gonna, that was Cax who sent this one in. And that's an excellent quick shot off the pass from Faker, and beautiful redirect. So Spectre gonna go up 2-0 very early.
So yet again, the Knights playing from behind. They've got a 2-goal lead to try to overcome here in game number 3. Galaxy looking for one of those kickoff goals. It's going to fall right down in front. Faker not in a great spot, but Galaxy can't put it on net. Schultz trying to play it towards the goal.
Man.
Yeah, and a big missed opportunity, I think, there for the Knights.
Another example of the Knights missing an opportunity that was easily there for them, but Schultz trying to get this one, but Cax sends it away. Galaxy's not there either. Galaxy's going to try and set this one in. It's on target, and Faker not there.
So demo, perfect to set this one up. Schultz absolutely demolishing Cax as soon as he got that boost. And Faker just couldn't quite get back in time. Carnage on the pitch gives the Knights a one goal on the board anyway.
Yeah, that demo was absolutely the key to that offensive play there, because that just made sure the Cax couldn't rotate back, and Faker was already out of position. They recognized that and took advantage, but this is a missed opportunity from the Knights here. The ball was just rolling directly towards the Spectre net, and they just didn't do anything with it.
Well, let's see. They're putting the pressure on now. We have crossed the 2-minute mark, and it's going to be Galaxy trying to play it over top of Cax. Galaxy play that one away from Schultz. I thought Schultz had a bit of a clear there, and now they've got to play defense. Schultz will go grab his back boost and try to get a touch over Cax. Cax not going to let that happen. It's going to fall down in front. Galaxy a touch towards Faker and might even be able to play it on. He will. This one's going to come down in front. Can Schultz do anything with this? Doesn't even opt for the shot. Opts for the boost and now keeps the pressure on. A good save from Faker.
That might have actually been a better idea from Schultz to not go for that shot. He knew he didn't really have a good shot at it, and he knew Cax was blazing across the field to try and do something with it. So instead, he waited for Cax to get the touch. He knew he had support from Galaxy there, and then he took another shot, but unfortunately he was sent away. But it was actually a very good judgment call by Schultz.
Cax has to go up and make a save on a bit of a tough shot there from Schultz. Schultz going to turn around. Can't get over Cax. This could be another opportunity for the Spectre, but Schultz will be there to play it into the corner. However, this gives the possession right back over to the Spectre on net. Big save! Huge save from Schultz to keep it a one-goal game, and if they can come back to tie it, that could be the turning point of the series.
Absolutely, and it was about halfway through the series, if that case. So what do you know there? But Cax, he can't do anything with that either, and Schultz sends this out. Can Faker do something with it? He's going to look for the double touch. Galaxy can't get there. Faker sends it near, but it's going to go off the post.
And things the wheels seem to be coming off the Spectre train right now. Can the Knights do something with this? They can't get the ball out of the zone. That's a demo. It's high from Faker, and he's going to get demoed as well. Still, the Spectre can't find that second goal, the insurance goal, as it were. But they have the lead, and they only have to maintain it for the next 65 seconds if they want to move on to the next round.
The Knights absolutely just playing at a frantic pace right now, as they know they need to get something going. So they're trying to do everything they can to make sure this ball gets downfield and they can do something with it. Faker sends it into his own corner, but now the Knights, they have to use this offensive pressure to do something. They need to get the ball rolling, excuse the pun, now.
They need to get the ball rolling. And they need to get the ball rolling down to the purple half. This Galaxy's going to try to challenge Cax there. He's got an opportunity. Faker there, not the greatest touch. It's going to come out in front. Another save. And now the Knights have the opening that they were looking for. Galaxy's going to get it over top. Is there a follow-up? He'll put it in. We're tied with 21 seconds to go.
This is an excellent stick-with-it play from Galaxy, as he's just waiting for the touches to come out. The double commit comes out from Spectre. Knights have them shaken because they increase their pace of play. They increase their aggression in the last minute, and that throws the Spectre off guard. So the Knights will be able to take advantage of that and leverage it into a tie. A one on net, but no, Cax is there.
We're into the final 15 of game number 3. Cax going to go up the wall. Can they make something of this with 10 seconds left on the board? Cax can't get over top of Galaxy, and we're looking more and more like this one's going to be into overtime. Faker going to keep it alive, though. It's going to come right down in front. Schultz got to make the clear. That was a clutch save from him. Almost a calculated goal there from Faker, but it looks like we're going to see overtime.
And here it is, first overtime of the series, possibly the only one if the Spectre can come out with one. Schultz takes this away, but you can imagine the Knights would love to steal this game away.
That one's going to be played down Schultz into the sidewall. It's going to go way up high. Can Schultz find the touch? He will, but it's into the corner there. Now it's Galaxy's turn. He's going to play that one down. Here comes Schultz for the follow-up. They score!
There it is!
And we're going to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. When we thought all was lost for the Knights, they came back, and we will see a 4th game in our first series.
As an excellent pass from Galaxy, excellent team play from Knights in the latter half of that game. The Knights appear to be settling into a bit more comfortable position now as they're rotating effectively on both sides of the ball. So if they can keep that up, they'll be able to put the Spectre on their heels, and we might see the Knights pull out a reverse sweep.
Looking at the stats again, we always seem to gravitate towards the shots. This time the shots even in this one. Last game it looked like the Knights had outshot the Spectre. This time not the case, but they did score more goals. Final score 3-2. We're going into game 4, and again, Gigabyte, I mentioned it when it happened. First, there was the giant save on the goal line from the Knights. A missed wide open net. Absolutely nobody home. Cax can't put it in. Then immediately after that, Faker misses it by an inch. They end up not able to finish out the series here. And if the Knights win game number 2, do you know how much pressure is going to be on the Spectre to pull out game 5?
Oh, that's going to be an insane amount of pressure, because now the Spectre know that the Knights are not one to be trifled with. They're not going to be able to take the series as easily as they were the first 2 games. So the Knights, they can absolutely come back here. But the Spectre, the pressure is on them now to close this out. They have the 2-game win. They're still on match point, and the Knights are not. So it's on Faker and Cax now to seal the deal and cash the check and move themselves on to the semifinals.
Here we go. Game number 4 of this best of 5. Yet again, match point for the Spectre, but the Knights, in dramatic fashion, took game 3. We'll see if they can keep their momentum rolling here in this 4th game. Sheldon Galaxy looking to keep the pressure on, but a good save. And still, just looks like the Knights are playing with a bit more confidence here in game 4.
Yeah, they absolutely are. The Spectre, not exactly great on defense so far in the very first part of this game, and honestly, the last part of that last game too. They were just kind of double committing a lot. They didn't really have the rotations down solidly. This is an opportunity for Galaxy,
oh, no.
But no, he's not going to get the pass in time. Faker manages to get there.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough boost. As Schultz gets faked by Faker. What a goal! That one's got play of the week potential as well.
Absolutely. This is beautiful from him. He just fakes just a little tick inwards on that shot, and Schultz is completely blindsided by that, and Faker drills it in off of the no shot from Schultz.
Here we go. 1-0. Hey, we saw this in the last game as well. We saw it in the past 3 games. The Knights down by a goal in the first minute. Spectre able to close out the first 2. Couldn't close out the third one, though. Schultz and company, really the Knights, they're looking a lot better on offense. They just haven't been able to score yet in this game, and Schultz going to get bumped out of the way.
Goal. Faker with the bump. That was beautiful, honestly. He knew this ball's going in. He had it on target. He beat out Galaxy at the midline, and now he just has to make sure that Schultz can't get to that, and he does, in fact. So the Spectre go up to an early 2-goal lead, but they did that last game too, and we saw what happened.
You know, while it didn't work for Schultz there, it was actually a pretty smart play for him to almost kind of stop and try to let Faker overshoot the bump play. It just, Faker read that a bit too well, and he didn't have as much speed, I think, as Schultz was thinking. Almost gets away with one there, did Schultz, but it is a 2-goal lead now with 3:35 to go on the board. Faker playing this one down. It's going to be Schultz to pop it up. Can he get it past Cax? Actually, he's going to get demoed by Faker in the bump plays. The demos and everything coming out for the Spectre now. They're looking to close this one out in game 4.
Yeah, they're pulling out all the stops as they're going for any little trick they can use to get any amount of pressure on the ball. So far, it's been working. The Knights, they're going to have to play from behind again. Faker puts this in one for Cax, and Cax is going to take advantage.
Great passing play there yet again from the Spectre. We've talked about it all evening long so far. Galaxy almost gets there in time, but Cax in a perfect position, expecting that pass from Faker and going up and grabbing it. It just looks like the Spectre returned to form here in this 4th game, playing with that speed that we saw in games 1 and 2.
In fact, and here's a pass in from Cax, and Faker's going to take advantage, so the Knights in a really, really, really bad position.
Well, hey, there's still 3 minutes to go. The Spectre were able to score 4 in 2 minutes. The Knights have to be thinking that they can do the same in 3. But yeah, not the greatest position you want to be in if you're down in a best of 5. We'll have to see if they can change their fortunes here as Cax going to challenge that. It's going to go all the way over for Schultz. Schultz plays it up, but it's going to be Faker next in line. He doesn't get the touch on it. This gives Cax a bit of an awkward play now, and he does manage to clear it across the box. almost the first goal there for the Knights.
Cax was looking for something nice off the wall there, but unfortunately unable to connect with it. A pass rolls all the way in to the Knights back line, and oh, just a great save from Faker there as he was ready to go for it. But the Spectre putting down the pressure.
Oh, Galaxy gonna play that one towards the net. He does get a touch, but Cax is there, and now it's Schultz. Schultz, can he get it past Cax? No. It's gonna remain there, and it's gonna get cleared away. We're approaching the final 2 minutes of this game, number 4. Galaxy out in front. Cax towards the net, and Galaxy has to make a play. That was a bit of a double commit there from the Knights, but Faker not gonna be able to make it work, and now it's gonna be Schultz out of his own zone. Actually, he's just going to let this play into Faker. I don't know what the Knights were doing there, but it ends up working, coming out in front. But we'll see if they can put this shot on goal.
Faker sets this one up again. Cax is in center. Galaxy had not a great touch. Faker tried to get it over to Cax, but just a little bit behind him, and now Cax is trying to do something with it, but no, Schultz sends it away.
Oh, good touch from Galaxy off the back wall. Schultz going to keep it in. Can Galaxy follow up? I think he got bumped there by Faker. Still nothing doing for the Knights, but this is approaching game-ending territory in time. We're in the final minute 15. That's a good demo from Galaxy. Schultz can't quite get there, though. And still nothing on the board for the Knights in Game 4.
And they have to get something going now if they want to have any opportunity at this. With a minute left, 4 goals is highly unlikely, and here it is, possibly 5. Yeah, that's going to be just a pass in for Faker, and Cax is going to drill it in. Highly unlikely that the Knights can come back now.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like this series all but over. The Spectre will move on to the semifinals. But the Knights, I mean, we've got to give it to the Knights. They put up a fight there in game number 3. It looked like it was possible from them, but really it just seems like the mechanical ability, the teamwork, the team cohesion from the Spectre, just too much for the Knights to overcome.
In fact, the Knights just didn't quite get comfortable fast enough. They had a nice little stint in Game 3 where they really looked very competitive with the Spectre, but unfortunately they just couldn't do enough with that little stint. They didn't make it long enough, so that's going to be all. The Spectre are going to end the season for the Knights right here as Faker puts another one in.
Yeah, so really the final 26 seconds, more of a formality than anything else, but let's look ahead real quickly for the Spectre. If I can pull up my bracket real quick, it looks like the Spectre will go on to play the winner of the Outlaws and the Flames. In the
That's going to be a good match.
Yeah, it should be quite a good one in the Academy League. The Academy League, Outlaws and Flames. And the Knights get one back, but a little too late here for the Knights. 15 seconds to go, and again, it looks like the Spectre, I mean, they're here to prove that they're a team that's looking to go all the way here in the Academy League.
Yeah, they're definitely looking very strong as we go into the semifinals. So the Outlaws and Flames, you better be careful. Whichever one of you guys wins, you're going to have to go up against these guys, and they are not an easy opponent. Schultz going to try and get this away, but Faker going to put this up. But once it drops, that'll be all, and the Knight season is over, and the Spectre will move on to the semifinals.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Spectre. A wonderfully played series from them, top to bottom, really. I mean, they had a bit of a blip there in game number 3. The Knights battling back certainly where they were able to, but ultimately it was just a solid performance from the Spectre. We can't take anything away from them. They've looked so fantastic throughout the entire series, and I personally am very excited to see them continue on through the bracket.
Yeah, I am too. It's going to be really interesting to see how Spectre can do. But after that match, we will be back in just a little bit here. I think we're taking a break. Are we taking a break here?
Yeah, we're going to take a break here in a minute, but we can talk a little bit about the next matchup. It's going to be the champion Tyrants and Bears. I know that we're running a bit ahead of schedule here, so might as well give the players a little bit extra time to make sure that everyone is prepared and ready to go for that next matchup. So, yeah, again, the Bears versus the Tyrants upcoming next. It is Champion League action. And that one should be a pretty good series. I know that the Tyrants in the Champion League.
Yeah, they've had one heck of a season. 26-9 so far in the season. The Tyrants are first in the Topaz division, while the Bears are fourth in the Amber division. So stick around, folks. We'll be back in just a little bit with that matchup.
Yeah, so guys, as Gigabyte said, please do not go anywhere. We're going to take just a short break. We'll be back in a little bit to get this second series underway yet again. Congratulations to the Spectre for moving on to the semifinals. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment to bring you more wonderful Rocket League action.